It is Sunday, December the 6th, and I'm supposed to be taking the JLPT in about 20 minutes, I guess. But if you just see my background, then you'll notice I'm still at home, and I want to just briefly explain why that is and why I decided not to take the JLPT. There are two reasons that made me ultimately decide not to go to Paris to take the JLPT. The first reason is that the transportation there at this current time is just really bad. There is supposed to be a train that goes right from basically my city right to Paris for like a 3-hour ride. It's super fast, super comfortable. They canceled that train, and there are other ways to get there, but it would be like a 10-hour ride, changing trains 5 times, and I was not really willing to be traveling for that long when there was a faster alternative. The second option I had was obviously flying there. There are usually a lot of flights from close to where I live to Paris airport, but they also canceled all direct flights from here to there. The other alternatives I had was flying from here to Poland to France, or from here to the Netherlands to France. The 2 of those flights would have been like overnight though, and because I needed to be back by Monday morning because I have work, I could not take 2 days to travel countries. And yes, there would have been other ways, but ultimately what made me make the final decision to not go to France is the same thing that I already talked about in my 3-month update. The fact that I think the studying I've been doing was, yes, I was studying, but it wasn't really making me progress. I feel like my Japanese, since I came back from Japan, made me regress. It made me go back in my progress, and that is why I do not at this point in time feel ready to take the JLPT at all. I feel like my Japanese has gotten really bad. Even though I've been studying, I do not feel like I can do anything anymore, and I just feel like I didn't want to waste 400, 500, 600 euros to take a test that I was ultimately gonna fail. So what does that mean? Basically, I came to the conclusion that it was not worth my time and money to go take a test that I was not sure about being able to pass. And maybe if they hadn't cancelled trains and hadn't cancelled planes, it would have been a lot cheaper, and the risk-reward would have been a lot better. But currently, with the prices and my insecurities of even being able to pass, there is really no win for me. Besides, I don't really need the JLPT for anything school related or work related. It was just for me to continue studying. And over the time, I figured out that basically I was just making excuses to not do real study, but just feel guilt whenever I did something that would have made me progress a lot faster or better. Well, that was a really depressive introduction, wasn't it? But that is just how I've been feeling lately. I thought to just close this chapter of JLPT preparation, it would be fun to see though how I would do on a real test, and I've got these 2 textbooks. They're basically just test books with real tests, so each of them has 1 real test. And I thought it would be fun to go through one of them and see how I would do. So that is what I'm going to do, and I think I'll be doing this one. So I will set myself the same requirements that for the real JLPT are the requirements. So there is a time frame. Obviously, I'm not allowed to look up stuff. I'm not allowed to ask people or whatever. And for the listening section, I will not stop in between the exercises, and I will just follow like the real JLPT. So I just finished the grammar and reading portion, and I'm now going to do the listening part.
では始めます。あれ、今日テニスの練習の日だよね。商品の説明については
名前の知られてる会社に勤めたいって思う人もいるだろうし、もう辞めるから。
行かなくていいの？
いいんだ。うちの会社よりもっと大きくて
長すぎるという方とちょうどいいという方が半々でした。
なるほどね。うん。
I'm done with the listening part, and I will now start correcting the whole thing and then come back when I'm done and show you the results. I'm done correcting the test now, and I did very bad. So for the first section, the language ability section, the kanji, vocabulary and grammar section and reading section, I got 47 out of 75 questions correct. So that is 62%, and that is just basically one question away from failing the exam. That's pretty bad. A lot of these mistakes are in the vocabulary section. I got almost all the kanjis right, but the vocabulary section I got almost everything wrong. For the listening section, I got 26 out of 32 questions correct, and that is 81%. I think that is not too bad. I just completely failed one of the questions and got them all wrong. But so yeah, that means technically I guess with this exam I could have just barely passed. But seeing that the results are really unstable and really don't show any consistency, I think it was a good idea not to take it and waste all my money. And now I'm gonna be depressed about it for the rest of the year. Bye!